Ladies and gentlemen, I have accumulated the most quality dual quarterback pool of all time. Lamar Jackson, Michael Vick, Steve Young, Cam Newton, Randall Cunningham, and Josh Allen. Now, you may be wondering why we're here. Well, Lamar Jackson is at 1,081 rush attempts. And I think I'm trying to decide from these list of quarterbacks that I totally named off the top of my head was, can he sustain this into the next half of his career? So I had to put him up with some of the greats to see. Quick side note, Michael Vick is insane with 800 rush attempts and 6,000 yards rushing. All right, dude was a legit running back. Some of y'all may be wondering what Steve Young doing up here. Well, this dude, it was a running back in the day at quarterback, and he had a great arm, and dude was making off balance throws. Just imagine Pat Mahomes, but throwing to Jerry Rice. That's Steve Young, basically. Cam Newton, we all know why he's up here. And I know this is like the strongest comp we can make right now because, and my main backbone of what I'm saying here is the rush attempts really matter to me right now. And what I'm trying to prove is that even though the rush attempts kind of point towards Lamar Jackson being in this state of, well, he's going to turn out like Cam Newton, who is at 1,118 rush attempts by the time of his forced retirement, if his podcast is to be believed. And Lamar Jackson is getting closer to that number. I put Josh Allen here just for fun, just because dude has 79 rushing touchdowns, and also he also serves a good point to what I'm trying to say here. Lamar Jackson has 35 rushing touchdowns. Cam Newton has 75 rushing touchdowns. This is a key distinction in their run styles. This is why I think Lamar Jackson can actually go another 9 years. Because Cam Newton, I was a Panthers fan. I am a Panthers fan, but they make it harder each time I see this short. This is not a Bryce Young video. Every time I see Cam Newton out there playing, back in the day, you could see him lowering the shoulder right into a linebacker, right? Uh, Cam Newton, little known fact, is built like a linebacker. So, yeah, the problem is you don't want that guy to be doing that every single play if he's your franchise quarterback. And the Carolina Panthers, well, they didn't make him, but they put him in situations where he did that to score a bunch of touchdowns. Unfortunately, that shortened his career, and now we've been looking for a quarterback ever since. And that sucks. So Lamar Jackson does not do this. If you see their goal line packages, they have running backs to do that. Go figure. Yeah, they have people they hand the ball off to and to get the touchdown. The Josh Allen is actually more closer in this comparison, but look at the amount of rush attempts Josh Allen has compared to Cam Newton. It's literally half the rush attempts, guys. Almost like a little more less than half. So yeah, you're using him in these goal line situations, and he lowering the boom right there. They're not using Josh Allen to get a first down most of the time. They're using him to get a touchdown in the red zone. 4,000 attempts, 79 touchdowns. Like, come on, man. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. That's half of Cam Newton's attempts, and the same, literally 4 more touchdowns. In what, 20 less games. Also, a little side note to both these running themes I have going with y'all with the rush attempts. The games played, all of these guys' numbers are eerily similar. Like 116, 143, 148, 161, 128. Like, these are like a season or two apart. So if you're saying Lamar's going to have this downward spiral, you're thinking it's going to happen in the next 1 or 2 years. I don't think so. I'm not under that mind. I think he's going to make the adjustment. I think he's not going to hit stick people like Cam Newton used to do. Or should he? Because, I mean, even though he put on weight that one season, he's still nowhere near the stature of Cam Newton. Also, in the rush attempts category, we just went over like Josh Allen. He actually has 800. and Steve Young has 700. My bad. That was my mistake. So it's 300 less rushing attempts than Cam Newton. My bad. So yeah, Josh Allen's getting pretty close too. You know what I mean? So if you're making these arguments towards Lamar, you might be looking more towards Josh. And I think people are not willing to do that. If you look at the accolades, they're pretty close. But here's something. A lot of people argue for Josh Allen over Lamar. Just in general, it's because of his playoff numbers and Lamar's lack of playoff success. Lamar hasn't been in the playoffs, like playing 2 out of the last 5 years. He has the same amount of games played as Joe Burrow. These are not off the head stats. Obviously, I got them from somewhere. And you you're looking at these guys' career and you're going, which one of these guys are gonna like stop earlier? I think stop doing that. I say, which one of these guys you think are gonna win more Super Bowls or more playoff games? And quite frankly, at the rate they're going, injury wise, stature wise, how they look to the eye test, it's Josh Allen. But if you're looking at upside, it's still the 2-time MVP. By the way, the year Josh Allen won the MVP, this dude was literally like second. So I mean, like if you're looking at upside, it's Lamar. But if you're looking at like who's like been proving it more, like in the playoffs, it's Josh Allen. Yeah. Now, if we're looking at like pure weapons, Josh Allen had Diggs. The tight ends are good. The running back's good this year. Lamar Jackson had Derrick Henry, Mark Andrews. He just never had that really good wide receiver unless you want to count Zay Flowers. That's up to you. I don't have an opinion on that. So, yeah, I think Lamar Jackson is going to go over this hump in his career. I know the rush attempts are pretty high, but in context, I just think Cam Newton played a more physical style than Lamar. And I think Michael Vick is just insane. Anyway, that's my video for today. I'm going to be back tomorrow with another video. Same time, same place. See you soon.